What's going on, gang members? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming Rant. I meant to bring you guys this video Monday and my top 5 or top 10 series, whatever you want to call it, video yesterday, but the weather prohibited that, and I'm not going to run the risk of trying to desperately put out a video and chancing frying my new computer. No, I can't do that. But anyway, you guys understand that, I'm sure. But anyway, let's get right into it. The topic for today is one that's kind of a hot issue, I guess you could say, is little kids with violent video games. Now you can see in the background here, I'm playing the Die Hard trilogy for the PS1, and this was a violent game to say the least. I mean, you can watch the gameplay footage of it right here, and you can just see me whenever you shoot somebody, they spray all over the place pretty much. I mean, they just scatter and splatter everywhere. This was a violent game, it really was. There's no hiding it. But the thing is, if I really can't stand whenever something happens in society where somebody goes out and they completely lose it and shoot up somewhere, and then their defense is trying to, like, if it's a kid, trying to blame it, the parents trying to blame it on video game companies like, we'll say Rockstar. Okay, Rockstar, we all know, we all love Rockstar. They've been known to push the envelope with violent video games. Grand Theft Auto, Manhunt, you name it, the Warriors. They've always done that. That's their thing. That's how they operate, which there's nothing wrong with. Rockstar is one of my favorite video game companies ever. I mean, they never disappoint. They always put out great games. Max Payne, the Warriors, all those games. They're all really fun to play, but they are all extremely violent. Now, like I said, it just pisses me off to no end whenever someone has a genuine problem. Like, if parents let their kids play these games and they go out and they completely go apeshit on, like if they take a gun to a mall and they start spraying on people, the parents try to blame, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. It was the video game they played. That's what it was. Well, I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but that is why the ESRB exists. The ESRB exists to cover their own asses from retards like you. Now, and I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. A while back when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I had been looking forward to this game for a while, and it was a good game. It really was. Online, I wasn't too fond of it. There's too many fools and trolls. Too many fools and trolls in it. But other than that, the story was great. It was a great game. It really was. But I was waiting for it to come out, and I was at work, and I was ready to get off work so I could go pick this thing up and pop it in and start playing it. I was really anxious. And I was standing in line at GameStop and was waiting, to pick up my copy. And there's a little kid in the store up at the counter with his mother. And I mean, this kid couldn't have been 8, 9 years old. And this woman bought him Grand Theft Auto 5. I was like, what is wrong with you? I'm standing there and I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why would you do that? Now, do I think that violent video games causes people to be violent? No, I don't. But I do feel like that you should not throw them in the hands of a kid that young. I mean, my little girl, she'll be here in a couple of weeks. When she's that age, well, if she asked me to play Grand Theft Auto 5, I'd be like, yeah, sure, whenever you're a little older. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'm not going to completely desensitize my child like that, because that's what you're doing. You're desensitizing them to violence. And while, most people can tell the difference between fantasy and reality, you have some people that are so delusion from everything that they seriously can't do it, and they go out and do shit that they mimic in a video game anyways, and then the video game company gets blamed for it. No, the problem is not a company like Rockstar. The problem is with you. You shouldn't, if you cannot tell the difference between a video game and reality, then you need to be on some sort of medication anyways. and I don't think I'm wrong there, because I've been playing violent video games my entire life. I have yet to ever want to go out and completely go apeshit on people with a gun. I've never wanted to do that, not once. That has never crossed my mind. I don't know why anyone would think that that is perfectly okay, and I don't know why any parent thinks that it's okay to let their kids, play these games when they're that young, because they shouldn't. I mean, they really shouldn't. And that's one thing that just really bothers me. Like I said, I don't have a problem with people wanting to play games like, we'll say the Die Hard trilogy right here that I'm playing. I don't have a problem with anybody wanting to play a game like this, but make sure you fully understand before you go handing your kid a game like it's a babysitter. Make sure that they fully understand that it is just a game. It is not to be taken seriously at all, in the least. I mean, come on. There is a scene in Grand Theft Auto 5 where you're playing as Trevor and you literally have to torture somebody. You have to torture them. That is the furthest across the line I have ever seen Rockstar step. And I will be honest, I'm 27 years old, guys. I'll be 27 in August. And when I played that scene, I'm going to be honest, that made me cringe. And there's not a lot of stuff. I've never really seen anything in video games that has done that before that I can think of off the top of my head that has made me cringe like that did. You know what I mean? So you can't just go around giving little kids these video games because you think that it's a good babysitter for them. That's not how the world should work. But some parents, you really you can't get through that. You can't get that through their head. I mean, the ESRB exists for that reason, to cover video game companies like Rockstar, to cover their asses. I mean, E for everyone, T for teen, M for mature, 17 or older, AO for adult only. I mean, it's really straightforward. It really is. And, that's one thing that I'm not worried about, because I grew up with the ESRB being around, so I'm not worried that, my daughter can try to pull the wool over my eyes like I may or may not have tried to do with my parents every once in a while. But, I mean, like I said, you just gotta, you just can't take these games seriously. I mean, you can't let them affect you so much that you actually go out and mimic what you see in these games. I mean, if you went to an airport and was doing the shit that you see in the background right now in this game, you would get shot in a heartbeat. You would get absolutely blown away. The cops would be on you in a second if you ever tried anything like this. And I don't know why people think that blaming video game companies like Rockstar is a legitimate excuse for doing it. Because it's not. You can try to blame them all you want to. It's just not going to work. It never has. Because I don't know how many times Rockstar's, had lawsuits filed against them for stupid shit like that. It has yet to work. I've not seen it work once. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure you drop a like on it. I'm going to be bringing you guys top 5 or top 10 series tomorrow. I haven't decided what I'm going to do it on, so I got to sit down and think about that for a little bit. But hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure you share it out and drop a like on it. Hit the subscribe button, because as soon as we hit 100 subscribers, I'm still doing another giveaway. So be sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow. All right, bye.